The Scorpion King is the prequel films to The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. And I have to say, for a wrestler turned actor, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson does a decent job in this film. It's not great, it's not horrible, but I just think this film is just decent for what it is. Directed by Chuck Russell, who also had directed films such as The Mask, Eraser, and just a few others. This movie takes place 5,000 years before The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. Dwayne Johnson plays Matthew S. Hopefully I said that right. But he is the Scorpion King, and so when he comes against a tyrant, he has to do everything to stop him. And from there, you have a decent movie. I think for Dwayne Johnson's first movie, he did a decent job, like I mentioned before. It just acting is pretty vanilla. I mean, it's not horrible, but there was a point in the film where he's trying to be all serious, and you really can't take him serious that much because of how inexperienced he is. Before this, he only did The Mummy Returns, and that was just a cameo role. And speaking of that film, wasn't he portrayed as a villain, but he's portrayed as a hero here? What happened? How's this film connected to The Mummy and Mummy Returns at all? Anyway, everybody else in this film, they did a good job for what they had. You had Kelly Wu, who plays the love interest of Dwayne Johnson's character. You have the late Michael Clarke Duncan, who at first is the rival of Johnson's character, but then they team up towards the end. And you have some kick-ass action. In fact, I love the music in this film. It is a joy to behold, and the visuals look beautiful. I have to say, for a film that came out nearly 20 years ago, they really know how to keep people entertained with this action. You know, I was thinking the story, it's all right, but I've seen the story done better in these Mummy films. It's just, for a wrestler who became a big-time actor for his first role, it wasn't a bad job at all. Now, the bad guy in this film, his name is Manon, or whatever. He's played by Stephen Brand. And I have to say, he is typical bad guy, generic villain. Nothing interesting. He's just there for the Rock's character to fight in the film. But other than that, he doesn't really do anything. Yeah, there is a point in the film when he's fighting towards the end of the movie. He has two flaming swords. I thought that looked cool, but him as a character as a whole is not interesting whatsoever. But you know what? A lot of people seem to have mixed feelings on this film. Some downright despise it, others enjoyed it. I thought this film is decent for what it was back then. It is even a joy to watch recently for this review. If I do have to say that Dwayne Johnson could have completely bombed this film, his acting could have been atrocious, but that's not the case here. And believe me, y'all, I have seen several actors act in movies, and they're downright horrible, but Dwayne Johnson is not one of them. I'm giving this film a 7 out of 10. You know, not bad for Dwayne Johnson's first leading role in a movie. This film could have been a complete bomb, but it made a lot of money at the box office. And the acting, well, it's not just Dwayne Johnson's acting that was alright. Everybody else did a DVD quality job, if you know what I'm saying. But it's not bad enough to turn you away if you've never seen this film. There is some entertaining moments throughout this movie. I was entertained, what else can I say? And that's my review of the film The Scorpion King. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you thought about this film. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Did you thought this film was alright? Oh, and I also won't be reviewing the other Scorpion King films because this movie is canon to the early Mummy films, so there is that. Alright, this is Swim Guy 172 saying, peace out.